Hi, it's me again with laser tips and tricks. And I just did almost this exact same video yesterday about engraving on a cup from center, the way I run my cups. And I had two people kind of question some things I did or asked how I got to a certain point. So I thought I'm going to do a whole video from scratch and show you everything I did. So I took a picture of the cup with a camera. This picture is huge. It's 50 inches tall. Much better. I have a pretty nice camera. I laid out some paper tape, and I did it just to kind of show, so it's 4 inches. I cut it so it's 3 inches. But that way I'll be able to see the logo from every, you don't want the logo to wrap around your cup where you can't read it all. So I've got a writing surface that's 3 inches deep by about 3 1/4 before it starts running off this downhill. But we need to make the cup smaller to actual size for two reasons. I'll send this logo to the customer on the cup and let them approve it, size-wise, position-wise. But so with that item selected, because if you don't select it and you crop something, everything on your page will go away. So our cup is actually 7 inches and 9/16 tall. So 7 and 9/16. We're going to grab the crop tool and we're going to crop this cup. Not so concerned about the width as I am the height, because that's my best measurement. I'm going to call that good. I'm going to double click. Now my cup has just got the edges. Now remember, we needed, and I don't have to do the math because I'm going to go 7 plus 9/16. And Corel made it the size of my cup, real to life. So if I didn't have the tape on there, I could take my logo. Let's just kind of do that. Let's hit P and put it in the center of the page. And if you can imagine, if I didn't have the tape, you could show the customer, even though my cup's not where it needs to be because we're not, but it would be about, well, let's just do it right. Let's set our nudge distance on something pretty low, 0.125, and let's nudge the cup up to about where I said I wanted it. See, my line's almost to the top of the lip of the cup. So if you can imagine, without the tape, you could show your customer. Now let's back up here. I've got this same cup, and just to kind of check my measurement to see if my crop worked, I've already done one, and my writing surface is 3.25. I measured it with the parallel dimension tool. I measured the top of the cup to the bottom of the cup with the parallel dimension tool, and I've got 7.56. So just take your parallel dimension tool, and I'm just going to, even though this won't be exact because the tape is actually curved, but you could tape right there and it's not going to be right because it's on the curve. But you can see if I measure my writing surface from there to there, I get 3.25 inches of writing surface. I'm a little bit off, 3.26. So with that said, let's take it to the laser. First thing you want to do is level your cup. These are really handy. That's like a line level. They're cheap and inexpensive. Next step, you want to focus on your cup. The next step is you want to set a home for center. So I'm 3.25, so I wanted to go 1.5 plus 1/8 of an inch. So like 1.625, even though my ruler doesn't have that marking, I put the dead home right there. And you can see I'm a little bit off, and I'm going to show you in a second how that kind of affected it, but it worked. Then you move the ruler and you set your home. So let's watch this little video right here. And I'm going to not talk because I'm talking in the video, and it'll explain it. All right, I'm fixing to run this cup center with vector lines, and here we go. It's going to move to the very top of the cup. It's like a 1/16 of an inch off the green, which is what I kind of want. So it's rotating the cup, and now it's cutting the cup, but I've got the door open so it doesn't move, or does not cut. Goes the other end, and that's about where I want it. I hope you can see that red dot pointer in there. And then it'll return to home. I set the home at the center of the cup, explaining the other part of the video. So it's cutting the line now. It actually has to go back, and there it's go back to home. All right, I'm fixing it. Anyway, I hope the sound came through okay. I couldn't hear it when it was playing. That's really all you have to do. Now you need to take your, let's just move this cup out of the way. Well, I'm going to show you how I did these lines. Remember I said it was 3.25, right, apart. I'm going to make a line. I'm going to Control D and I'm going to mark it down 3.25. I'm going to group these together, Control G. I'm going to hit P on the center of the page. They're right on top of my other lines. So let's back up here and get rid of those lines. Now the only thing you need to remember when you're doing a cup is you've got your logo. So I would Control G this whole thing and rotate it 90 degrees, because your cup, the mouth of your cup is on this end. So I'm going to ungroup these for a second. We'll go to Arrange, Ungroup. And my two lines are still grouped together, as you can see. I'm going to go to Print. I've never had a laser hooked up to this laptop. I'm going to go to Selected. I've only got my two lines selected. I'm going to go to Preferences. The selection doesn't really matter because I'm only going to vector it, and there's no vector lines in my logo. Then I'm going to go to Vector, and I'm going to leave the door open, but I'm going to turn the power down to nothing just in case I forget. I'm going to run my speed up to like 65. It doesn't really matter. I'm just looking. And then I would hit OK. And it's going to run those two lines like we just did in the video. Then unclick it. Go to your printer. So now you know you're in the center of the cup with your home point. Go to, I need to go back to my Fusion. Go to Preferences, go to Center Engraving, but this time we want a raster. And I got these settings from a friend of mine from, he does a lot of powder coating cups. And I believe he said 90 speed, 100 speed at 90 power at 400 dots per inch. And that's what I ran it at. Came out pretty good for my first powder coated cup. I never had done one before. So you got to remember to rotate your logo, your emblem, your words, so it will look like your cup. Let's go 90% or 90 degree. So your cup is going to be sitting in your laser like that. So you need to orient your cup and your logo the same direction, because you're always on every laser I've ever seen. The drive wheels are here, and a lot of people have questioned sometime about these wheels being on the smaller part of the cup. These wheels don't do anything except for make it level and help it turn. This is your drive wheel. This is what's going to tell it to move that 3 inches from left to right. And also, this is a very good way to have that embossed Yeti right in the center of your logo, like that. That way, if you do it another way, without center, these two aren't particularly going to match. Anyway, I truly hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.